Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first game of the spring semester for the UGA Women's Hockey Club. Tonight, they will be facing the Auburn Tigers in what should be a good game. In their last matchup, the UGA Women's Hockey Club won 6-4. Now, we have two really strong lines here and a wonderful game we expect tonight, Torin. We're about to get into it as they have just finished warm-ups. We hope the stream is going well. We are in beautiful Columbus, Georgia. We took the ride down here just today, and we are expecting a good hockey team between two great programs. Torin, any keys to the game or anything you're looking to see tonight?
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Joe. It's certain to be a good game here tonight. But certainly a lot of goals in the last game, 10 goals total. So look to see a lot more of that tonight. I think it's going to be a slugfest between who can put up more on the board.
And as you can see, the Auburn mascot skating around like a pro on the ice. Now, we do have an interesting camera angle for you guys tonight. We are behind Auburn's net for 2 periods. It's going to be an interesting angle. We have to work with what we have to work with. But nevertheless, we expect a great game from both of these teams. We have Coach Zach as he likes to go, Zach Bochenek, coaching up the UGA Women's Hockey Club, and we have the coach for Auburn. Unfortunately, we were not able to grab his name. Torin might know. But we have some good lines here. We expect a really good game, and we will get into it shortly. I forgot I had a guide on how to say it. So I looked down, saw that, and I was like, I know that's not how you say it. And then I forgot I had that. Huh? Did you mute us? Yeah, we're muted. You're going to be able to hear it, but we're muted. Should be, at least.
So for most of it, I'm going to be, if you need me to talk, I'll jump down in there because I'm going to be like this with the camera.
Yeah, I'll try and
I'll be able to hear you. I'm not going to wear these right now because it's quiet enough in here.
Sorry about that. Our mics were live, apparently. Still working with a new setup, but we're going to have the first face-off of the game here between the Auburn Tigers and the Georgia Women's Hockey Club team. Auburn Tigers win it fairly and are skating up the ice quickly here. They're going to take it into the corner, try and make a pass to the middle. Unable to. It still sneaks its way around the goal here. Georgia will get possession and shoot it down the ice. They are unable to clear the zone, though, as the Tigers keep it in. And Georgia finally gets it out. Auburn will skate back to try and keep possession, make a D-to-D pass off the boards. Georgia gets possession in the middle of the ice, looking to go down the boards. They have a tie-up on the side. Puck comes flying into the middle. Georgia's going to walk it back to keep possession, but makes a turnover. Number 13 for Auburn, Audette, is going to have a breakaway. Shot on goal, saved by Ashlyn Carroll, the UGA goalie. Great save there, and now Georgia will skate it down the ice. A one-woman show here, trying to put around the Auburn defender, unable to, takes it in the corner to keep possession. Instead, it's given up, and the puck will drift back down to Georgia territory. Georgia maintaining possession, walking it up the ice. Good move around the Auburn defender, going to the corner, looking for the pass inside. Good stick by number 7 for Auburn, Castatino. Now We didn't get pronunciation guides, so we do apologize if these are wrong. If you are in the chat and can correct us, that would be great. Now Auburn dumps it down into Georgia's zone. Icing is waved off as Georgia will get possession and make their first line change. Now, if you've seen the UGA men's Ice Dogs games, you know they have a lot of players, around 25, that are active each night. That means a lot of line changes. These women's teams, however, only have 14 and 11 players, so they're going to be on the ice often and not switching too much. That means it's a lot harder of a game. Their bodies are going to be on the line a lot more. It's going to be a different look. Here, Auburn racing back into their own territory, shoots it up the ice, straight to a Georgia player who brings it into the zones on an offsides, and we will have a face-off in the near zone to the camera on the right.
A couple of good chances here early for both sides, Joe. A couple of good shots, maybe just a couple wide. A good save by Carroll to open it up on the Georgia side. But
yeah,
still scoreless.
I mean, Auburn carried it up the ice brilliantly, made a move, and Carroll with a really good save. We're going to have another face-off here. Number 10 for Auburn going in, Cote, and number 3 for the for the Georgia Women's Hockey Club, Catherine Davis. Auburn wins it cleanly and will now skate up ice, trying to get past the defender. Instead, puts it back and then commits a turnover. The Georgia Women's Hockey Club will send it around the rink, but Auburn intercepts, puts it out front. Looks like Carroll gets a pad on that, sticks it away, and now Auburn will be controlling it at the top of the point. Good turnover there, or good force play by the defense there for the Georgia Women's Hockey Club. Auburn skating in, throws the puck on net. It is turned away off the side of the net. Now Auburn skating into the corner again. We're seeing a real change here as they skate in the corner, trying to get up close and being able to sneak one in here. As that puck is thrown in front of the net, it's going to be fight for it as it is loose, turned away by a Georgia defender. And now at the point, slap shot taken, but off the ankle of Catherine Davis as the Auburn Tigers skate around the point, find a man or a woman down low, and are unable to convert on that pass. As Ashlyn Carroll has been busy so far, as Auburn has had a lot of time here in the zone. And they find the back of the net from the point. A shot just kind of drifted in, goes off what looks like the pad of Ashlyn Carroll, as she didn't really see it as there was a lot of traffic out front. And that will be the first goal scored by Auburn in this game. It is now 1-0 Auburn.
Yeah, like you said, Joe, a lot of traffic in front of the net on that one. Not sure if Carroll saw that one sneak in on that bottom right side.
Definitely looked like it hit her pad, and just she never really saw it. Was in a decent position, but instead sneaks by her, as Auburn will fire it all the way down the ice after winning the face-off for an icing. And we will have a face-off to the right here of Sellers, who is in goal for Auburn. Another face-off here. It'll be between Claire DeVito, and she wins it as Georgia fires it behind the net. Auburn first to get there, going to fire it down. Georgia unable to keep it in the zone. They'll have to walk back. Fires it towards the middle, bounces off the stick and to the side as Georgia unable to get offensive possession here. Now Auburn able to throw the puck down the ice. Georgia will have to regroup. And they might have a breakaway here if they can hurry. Instead, the puck just a little too far away from number 15, or excuse me, number 5. Auburn able to clear the zone for Georgia, sends it down the ice. Georgia looking to find those crisp passes into the middle, have yet to be able to really complete one, but are really looking to strike that dagger in the middle. Here we're going to have a Georgia icing, meaning the puck will go down to the Georgia defensive zone, looking to the right of Ashlyn Carroll.
Yeah, like you said, Joe, a lot of missed passes here for Georgia early. They need to work on getting those tape-to-tape passes and better zone entry, more clean zone entry, maybe get some better chances off the rush.
For sure. It's just really about completing these passes, getting that rush on. As we saw, Auburn just threw one on net, and when there's so much traffic in front, they're really able to do a lot. So that is what Georgia is going to look to do, just throw some pucks on net, get traffic in front, and complete those passes. Puck will drift to mid-ice as Auburn picks it up, trying to play a little defensively here. as it goes all the way down to the wall. Sorry, that's a hard camera angle for us, but immediately pushed out to number 6 of Auburn, Larson. She dumps it off to number 13, Audette, who tries to take a shot but gets blocked. Georgia now with possession, looking to clear zone, unable to, as Auburn gets a good stick in and force it around the back of the net. Georgia now with possession, going to skate up ice, able to clear the zone. Still looking for a pass or able to dump it in. They go cross ice in a D-to-D pass. There they go again, looking for that middle pass. If they want to be able to complete that, they're going to need to be able to fire that in quickly and then skate up ice. Instead, Auburn gets it, able to drift into the Georgia zone. Georgia defender blows a tire, but is able to make enough contact with the puck to turn it over to the Georgia side. Georgia now behind the net, pushing it up. Pass out front, unable to be handled, goes to an Auburn player who turns it over, and Georgia's able to dump it into Auburn's zone as Auburn immediately takes it back into Georgia's zone. Number 14 with some good skating, Lynn, goes around the Georgia defender, unable to get a shot off on goal, as the puck will now drift to center ice again. Georgia with the puck looking to get in the offensive zone. They've got a 2-on-2 if they hurry. Unable to make the exchange between the two forwards, one being Abigail Nelson, number 39, as she's going to skate off and get a breather. Georgia able to keep the puck in, looking for a shot. Great shot there, flagged down by the Auburn defender. That was a great shot and a great play by Lynn, number 14 for Auburn. Another shot on goal goes just wide. Lots of shots from the point right there. Not something we usually see, but both not too bad of shots, and Georgia gets their first tallied shot on the board as Auburn will get possession, dump it down so that they can get a change and regroup. Instead, Georgia immediately turns it over, and now Auburn will be skating into Georgia's defensive zone. Georgia with a good stick pokes it back out. Auburn puts it right back in. Now they're going to have a breakaway here if they can get past the defender. Defender does a good job shadowing with her body so the puck goes to the back of the net, and now Georgia will have possession. Georgia number 4, I believe, Lucy Brown with a good skate. Good skate around another defender. Is going to have a shot and is unable to find the back of the net as the goalie for Auburn, Sellers, makes a great save. Oh, I believe she did find the back of the net. She does score. From our position, it looked like she was unable to get past Sellers, but a great skating move by the Georgia player, and is able to find the back of the net after we originally were not sure if she was able to. She does get it past Sellers.
Yeah, what a move there by Brown. She skated that one all the way from center ice, just cut through the two defenders and right into the high slot inside the Auburn zone and picked her spot in the lower left side of the net.
Yeah, it was a great shot. We weren't sure with our kind of camera angle here that it found the back of the net, but it does. Now Georgia behind the net. Sorry, again, hard camera angle for us to find. Auburn does get possession and skates it up ice. Number 13, Audette, skating around the Georgia defenders, making a good move, but just loses the puck. Gives it up to her teammate, who takes a shot, goes somewhere in front of the net and bounces out. Wasn't sure that went off the goalie or a defender. And now there will be a tie-up as Georgia does win that puck. Unable to get it out of the zone, though. Another pass thrown at the net, turned away by the Georgia defender again. It's really just a battle here of Auburn trying to keep it in and Georgia trying to keep it out. So many sticks flying. Puck barely touching that blue line, but not getting all the way across. As we have a dump in here from Auburn, Georgia will get possession, and this is probably going to be their best chance to get it out. And they do. Now skating up ice on a breakaway. We have number 5, Simcoe, I believe, and she scores an amazing goal. She had that breakaway, skated by everyone, able to just get it by Sellers again. A great shot, great goal there. Simcoe with a great shot and just, I mean, skated past everyone. Looked like she was Usain Bolt on skates there, Torrin.
Yeah, great speed there displayed on that goal. Nice shot from the tough angle shot to sneak that one in under the goalie's arm.
Yeah, being able to elevate that shot just slightly really helped her there. Now, that's just what's really important, putting those shots on goal, as we see another one there from Lucy Brown, who had that original goal. Those seem to be their strongest players, number 4 and number 5. Interesting how that works. And Lucy Brown and I believe, Charlotte Simcoe, as we'll have an icing on Auburn. So we'll go to the left here of Sellers. Now, the interesting thing about women's hockey, why a lot of people love it, is that, as this icing will go to the right, not the left, is that there are so few stoppages and breaks. These players are skating hard and skating often. And as you can tell, the voice is already getting a little hoarse as we've had a lot of action here as Georgia's up 2-1. Georgia wins the face-off here. Throws it into the corner. They throw it out in front of the net, unable to find anyone, as Auburn will try and dump it into mid-ice. They are able to, and Georgia will have to skate back to maintain possession. Now, we do want to say this is the Georgia Women's Hockey Club first game of the semester. I believe it is for Auburn. But if you like either of these teams, if you're fans, if your kids are on them, or if you're a sponsor looking for something to sponsor, both of these teams would be completely enthralled to have you sponsor them or be able to provide some sort of support. As Georgia's offside, so they'll have to skate back, and Auburn takes possession. But really, these teams would love to have your support, whether it's just watching or if you're able to do anything other than that, as Georgia will dump it into the corner. Auburn will be the first there, try and get it out. Instead, number 5, Simcoe, throws it in front of the net. Great pass, just unable to find a stick. Now a shot from the point. Finds Simcoe down low. She's unable to do anything, but that bounced around in front and almost got by Sellers as it just goes slightly wide, almost off the post. Again, thrown in front for Simcoe. Unable to get that one as Auburn will skate it down. Number 13, Audette, breaking away here. Has got a 2-on-1. Tries to do a little fancy move, but cannot get that backdoor pass. That was some really good skating from Audette and Auburn there after some really good skating from Georgia. Now Auburn will pass. They've got a 3-on-2 if they hurry. Instead, they're going to stay back. The puck harmlessly drifts by the net, as Auburn will look to develop something while they are in their offensive zone. Instead, Georgia with a really good clear, able to throw that high off the glass. Auburn maintains possession in the offensive zone, throws it behind the net. They're going to skate off, dump and change situation there. But they're going to try and keep it in now. And they do. They're going to have two players out in front. Good pass. Just can't find the stick of number 8, Farrell, as she was skating in front of the net. Auburn still with the puck. A lot of offensive zone time here. Keeping it in, able to do a lot here. Dumps it off. Audette dumps it off to her defense, who is able to keep it in, but not do much more than that as they fire it past the goal again harmlessly. And now Georgia will have pretty clear possession and get it past the blue line. Multiple turnovers in this middle zone here as both teams fight for the puck, unable to establish possession. Auburn finally gets the clear possession of it and immediately turns it over to Georgia, but it looks like there was an offsides call. Now, Torrin, like I said, there's a lot about sponsorships going on here if anyone wants to sponsor these wonderful teams, and we've also got some notes on some of these players later. What are you going to see, or what are you expecting from these players? And, I mean, they are student athletes, and they're doing a ton here. What do you think about that?
Yeah, like you said, Joe, this is a very new club here for the Georgia team. They're actually not affiliated at the moment, but they're looking for a permanent home, a permanent league to call their home next season. So that is a good thing here for hockey in the South. You know, good to see expansion. You know, obviously the CHS announcing the expansion to a new women's division next season. So good to see that. These girls have worked hard to put this team together.
And a shot on goal. And an amazing, almost an amazing save by Sellers, but it just went between her legs after hitting her body. And the Dogs score again. I believe that was number 6, Kyra Horton. I could be wrong, but just a shot from the corner there, very up high. Finds Sellers in the body, and she's just unable to glove it as it goes in between her legs through the 5-hole. And now Georgia's up 3-1 in the first period. Lots of action here. I mean, crazy amount of goals. We had 10 total last game, and we're on the pace for about 12 here. So really 2 great games, 2 great teams. Georgia just out in the lead right now. Auburn wins the face-off, skates it back. They'll now try and find some passing lanes, are unable to. except Audette, number 13, is able to steal the puck from the Georgia defenseman. She skates down, makes a fancy move, but loses the puck. Able to pass back to her teammate, number 6, Larson, who takes a shot that is body blocked, but Auburn still with clean possession. Georgia goalie out of position, but makes the save with her body. An amazing save there that was taken from the point. She looked like she wasn't in position, but made a perfect save on that shot that came from the point, as Auburn will drift back into their own zone and Georgia will pressure, the main pressure coming from number 5, Simcoe. And now that pressure turning against them as Auburn has a slight breakaway here, unable to do anything with it. As they turn the puck over and Georgia will skate it down, turn it over to Auburn, and we'll have a fight in the middle of the ice for the puck until Auburn dumps it in. Georgia will now take clean possession as Auburn dumped and changed, dumped and switched. But Auburn wins it back in their own zone. Georgia finally gets it out. Auburn skating at middle ice here, commits a turnover. Now there is someone down on the ground, but with a great stick, able to poke it down behind the goalie here, as Auburn will have to regroup with about 1 minute left on the clock. There is heavy pressure on her behind the net, but she is able to dump it off to number 8, Farrell, who dumps it off, but is unable to find her teammate, and instead Georgia fires it accidentally into the bench. Glad no one got hit there. Maybe a free puck for someone, one of the fans watching later in the game, but now we'll have a face-off here at mid-ice. With 58 seconds left here, Torrin, what have you thought so far about this first period?
Yeah, like we said earlier, Joe, we were expecting a lot of goals in this one. Obviously, last game, 6-4 was the final in favor of Georgia. It's already 3-1 here in this first period, so I think these teams are going to keep up the scoring pace, and we're going to see a lot of more goals tonight.
After the face-off there, big mix-up. Number 13, Audette, skating down, going to take a shot. Slight wrister, and Ashlyn Carroll with another good save. She had that one from the point on that slap shot that she was able to block down with her body. She looked out of position, but remained calm nonetheless and got that one down, and that time she covers it. There will be a face-off in her own zone, though. We'll see who wins this one. Auburn wins, able to dump it in front of the net, and that's a heck of a save by Ashlyn Carroll. This quick shot off the face-off, and she's able to get over to that side of the net, put her blocker out, and turn that away as Georgia will commit icing. I'm sure they'll take that any day of the week, though, after being able to get that save from Ashlyn Carroll and that not finding the back of the net. That was a great save. A great shot, but an even better save, as we'll do it again in the Georgia zone. Number 10 for Auburn, Cote, will be taking the draw again. She's lost the pass to. Looking to change that. As she takes the puck cleanly, able to get it back to her defenseman, who passes it D to D. The defenseman takes a shot, but unable to find any room, as Georgia defenders were all out in front and able to block that one down. Now puck trickles in front of the net, finds number 13, Audette, who puts it in the back of the net with a little wrister. Lifted that puck up from the top of the net, just able to get it over Ashlyn Carroll after it drifted just in front of the net. That was a great shot and a great play by Auburn. And now we're on track to score 15 goals this entire game. That's an insane amount of goals, and it's looking like it's going to be a good game, as these teams will probably go into intermission 3-2. However, anything can change. 15 seconds left here. Georgia's just going to fire it down and try and keep their lead in the intermission. Unable to, as it's fought over at mid-ice. Georgia doing a good job. Now they'll fire it down, and that will end this first period. A great first period here for both teams. Georgia Women's Hockey Club up 3-2 over Auburn. Great play from both sides. We had some amazing saves from Ashlyn Carroll, some great shots by the Dogs in general, and some great shots by the Auburn Tigers. But we will take our intermission, and we'll see you back here for the second period. Hello and welcome back. Now, Torrin and I just learned, Torrin on color for today's game. We'll both be doing the men's game later. Just learned that they don't cut the ice between periods, so we're going to be back quickly with the action, but Torrin's going to recap the first and go into some details about the team and the second period.
Thanks, Joe. Yeah, great first period. Obviously 3-2, 5 goals in the first period. Big scoring fest like we predicted. Some highlight reel goals there from the Georgia side, you might say, and a couple of great saves there from Ashlyn Carroll in goal. We spoke with Ashlyn earlier this week. We asked her a couple of questions about what it's like to play for this Georgia team and how it's been playing hockey for a women's team in Georgia. Ashlyn is a sophomore studying journalism at UGA. She's originally from the state of Georgia, city of Canton. She started playing hockey this past September. She actually never had ice skates until this last semester, and she had to learn to play hockey and skate at the same time. So very impressive for her, and obviously even more so impressive that she puts her body on the line in goal for these Bulldogs.
Yeah, I mean, these shots are coming in pretty quick. She's going to be bruised up after today's game, but with some great saves. And now the Georgia team will skate to our side of the camera for their only period, and we'll have a somewhat different camera angle as it'll be a completely different game with the Dogs on this side. But now we will have a face-off in middle ice with Hannah Knight, number 17. What a name and number, versus number 10 of Auburn, Cote. Georgia wins it pretty cleanly, but Auburn able to dump it in to the Georgia defensive zone. Georgia immediately clears and is able to get it by the defenseman. They're going to wave off icing as that puck kind of drifted out weirdly into the middle, and Georgia's going to put the pressure on, try and commit a turnover here and get the puck on goal. They do commit the turnover, but unable to do anything with it as Auburn dumps it back down. Now Auburn, great steal here, going to have a great chance, and finds the back of the net, number 6, Larson. I believe she could be wearing a different number, but that was a great goal. I mean, able to force the turnover on the Georgia defenseman, pick it up, and find top bins on that net. I mean, that was a great shot. Is able to get over Ashlyn Carroll's left shoulder and really find the back of the net. That was one of the best plays we've seen today.
Yeah, what a shot there, Joe. She picked her spot. She forced the turnover at the blue line and was able to walk it all the way down into the low slot and just put that one right over Carroll's shoulder. We are all tied up.
I mean, I would say that looked like a shootout goal, but she also was able to get that defenseman to turn over the puck. A great all-around play there by number 6, who I believe is Larson. Now, Auburn threatening immediately again as they dump it into the Georgia defensive zone. Georgia able to kick it out. Smart play there by the Auburn forward, able to keep it right on the blue line but not commit offsides. Now, Georgia will almost commit on offsides, but I can't tell. It looks like they will call offsides, but they don't touch the puck, so they're able to skate out and then immediately pick the basket of the Auburn defender who tried to make that pass. Now, Georgia dumps it back in. Auburn finds possession of it, though. They're going to try and get it back out. Great play there by number 39, Abigail Nelson, but the referee disagrees, says she just didn't get to it in time, just slightly. So we'll see a line change here. Like we were kind of talking about, Torrin, with less players, only 14 on the Georgia women's hockey side, and Auburn side only having 11, it's really important to keep switching out and keep those legs fresh.
Yeah, like you said, Joe, only 14 players on this Georgia side, 11 on that Auburn bench. You know, you're going every other shift, of course, with 5 people on the ice at a time. So important to keep these shifts quick, really testing the stamina of these girls out there.
And there actually will not be a line change for Abigail Nelson, as one of the Bulldogs players has an equipment error. She's going to try and get that fixed. Auburn player taken down there. Good strong play on the puck. Larson ended up blowing a skate there. Auburn able to keep possession, though. They find a good pass to their outlet, number 13, Audette, who has skated well today, and she's able to skate around the defender again, make a great pass into the slot, but turned away by Brown. Lucy Brown, number 4. Great stick there, able to get it away. And now the puck will slowly drift towards the Auburn goal as Auburn will get possession and try and fire it up. They do off the boards, are not able to get it out of the zone just yet. And a big body was thrown at the Auburn player as she falls down. But now Auburn with the breakaway. 1-on-2, and yet Audette with an amazing move and finds the back of the net. again over Ashlyn Carroll's left shoulder. It looks like they know their spot. They want to go on that blocker side of Carroll. But that, again, with some amazing moves, this time by Audette, who is, amazingly skates in between two Georgia defenders and finds that spot over Carroll's left shoulder blade. The Auburn Tigers will now lead 4-3. What do you think about that one, Torin?
How about the speed on that goal? She came blazing in from center ice and just walked around both Georgia defenders. Another wide open shot there from Auburn and a great goal.
Wide open shot, but created completely by herself at one point, able to skate between two defenders. Probably should have saw a trip call there, and we do. That will be the first power play of the game, and it's going to be for Auburn as their jersey is tucked up, so hard to read that number, but it looks like Olivia Shapiro, who has luckily and thankfully let us take over her channel here to broadcast this game, as we had some issues on the official Georgia Women's Hockey Club channel. If you do want to see more broadcasts in the future of the Georgia Women's Hockey Club, make sure to check that channel out. Auburn wins the faceoff. They have the 5-on-4. Carroll with a good stick. Really confident with that stick there. Just throws it to the side. Knows that a faceoff in her own zone probably doesn't help her. Now there'll be a tie-up on the boards. A classic tie-up. Puck in between the skates. Georgia looking to find a way out of this, and they do. They get it up to Knight. Unable to get it out, though. Georgia really killing this power play well. That will be an offsides if Auburn touches the puck, and they do. That's really hard to react there. That puck just barely drifts out of the zone. It's hard to stop yourself from touching it. And now we'll have a face-off in mid-ice to the left of Ashlyn Carroll. Now, what do you think? It's only been about 30 seconds, Torin, but what do you think about that penalty kill so far?
Yeah, Auburn's got to really work the puck movement here. Georgia hasn't played very well defensively in their own zone, so if they can get that east-to-west movement, really move Carroll back and forth, they can get some clean shots at the net.
Yes, throughout this game, not super great defending, as the last goal, Audette was able to just skate by the Georgia defenders. But 30 seconds into this power kill, I was very impressed on that change from what we saw earlier. Now, great clear by Nelson, number 39, able to send it all the way down. Of course, no icing on a power play. So able to kill a lot of time there, about 15 seconds, as Auburn will now skate up the ice. Makes a great move around the defender and unable to get a shot off, as there'll be a fight behind the net. Nelson able to clear it again, get it up the boards. That was Lynn skating down the ice by that Dogs defender and able to make a good play. Auburn will skate it in again. Another good stick, this time by number 5, Simcoe. But unable to do anything. But that's what you want to do on a penalty kill. Just get that puck out of your own zone. You don't necessarily need to score. Now, Auburn skating it again. Carroll with a good save off her body. That shot was by Lynn again with a great shot. But Carroll just in good position, able to get it there off her body. Now, puck behind the net, skating around the boards. Auburn able to get it. They're going to send the puck out front. Another save by Carroll. That one goes just wide. She didn't get any of that one, but that first save was amazing. And now Auburn threatening again, unable to get the shot off as the defender closes quickly. Puck drifted into the slot, but a great play by the Georgia defenseman to get that all the way down the ice, and that will effectively kill off the penalty as there's only 5 seconds left. Auburn's going to try and hurry and get out before the player gets out of the box. They are going to be unable to, as the player returns from the box now, and we have 5-on-5 hockey. With 10 minutes left in the second period, we have a high-scoring game. Auburn 4, Georgia 3. Georgia will skate it down the ice. They get around the defender. That's number 4, Lucy Brown. She's by everyone. She's going to be able to take a shot here, and it goes wide. Does not test the goalie, number 16, Sellers. But Georgia maintains the puck, and I don't know where the puck is. It looks like it's going to be a save by Sellers. So that looked like a shot by number 3, Catherine Davis, and then Sellers blocked it behind her goal, but Catherine Davis able to pick it up again, tries the wraparound, and then Sellers just able to fall on it. They're going to call it a no goal, so a good save by Sellers there after that puck was bouncing around everywhere, and we almost got a rare wraparound goal. Now we'll have a face-off to the right of Sellers, who's had a pretty good game so far. Both these goalies doing well. Auburn turns the puck over after winning the face-off. Georgia tries to get a shot on goal. Another one, both blocked away. Now, we are seeing Auburn lead here with 11 shots to Georgia's 5. That's a big reason why they're up 1, and they might be able to get another one here if they hurry. Instead, Georgia player plays a good puck there, able to get the turnover, and now number 7, Morgan Aldwert, skates it up the ice and shoots it just wide. This is what we're seeing, Tor, and I'm not going to go into it too much as we have a lot of active play here, but lots of turnovers creating chances for both of these teams. What do you think about that?
Yeah, like you said, Joe, lots of turnovers in this one. The bulk of the opportunities for both teams coming off of turnovers forced in the neutral zone and in the offensive zone. Good puck movement from both of these teams offensively.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with what I'm seeing so far. I think both of these teams are doing great as the puck will slowly glide into the Auburn zone. Not sure where it is. Players are fighting over it, and it will drift into the corner as Auburn able to get it out of their zone. That's an amazing move as she's able to get to that puck. She dumped it around the defenseman and then is still able to somewhat throw that puck on net. Now we have a big collision into the boards here with number 6 of Auburn and number 99 of Georgia. Luckily, both are okay. Sorry for missing that, but that puck was dumped in front of the goal. Ashton Carroll with a good save, but lets up the rebound, and then it finds the stick of number 6, Larson. Sorry about that one. We were just making sure everyone was okay after going in the boards, but Larson with a good goal there, Torin. And we'll have a face-off in the middle.
Yeah, great first save there by Carroll on the wide open pass to the slot. She made a great first save on the shot, sticked it away, but unfortunately there was a Auburn skater at the side of the net on the back door, and she was able to hammer it home.
So Auburn does score and goes up 5-3. 5 goals on 12 shots. Georgia 3 goals on 5. Just wanted to make sure everyone was okay there. That was a very hard collision into the boards as both players went down, and another hard collision into the board, and that one's going to be a penalty.
Looks like a power play coming up here for Georgia.
And I believe this is going to be an important one. We're not keeping our stat sheet with us right now as there's only 2 of us, but I believe Georgia was up 3-1, and now they're losing 5-3. So an important power play.
That's right, Joe. 4 unanswered goals here from Auburn. Here's a big chance for the Bulldogs to get back in this game.
Yeah, it seems like Georgia has lost a ton of momentum as they let up 4 straight goals. So with number 48 for Auburn, Birmingham, going into the penalty box, Georgia will have a 5-on-4. Georgia drops it right in front of the net, and the player, number 8 for Georgia, Olivia Shapiro, gets tripped. So it will be another penalty on Auburn. Somewhat of a necessary penalty, as that one would have probably been a pretty easy goal if Shapiro could have gotten a stick on it. A little extracurricular talking there as the Auburn player will go into the box. Torin, what'd you see there?
Here's a huge chance for the Bulldogs to get a goal back on the board. A minute 46 of 5-on-3 here. This is the biggest opportunity we might see in the second period.
There's nothing harder for a defense than defending a 5-on-3 as number 14, Lynn for Auburn, goes to the box for that trip. Auburn able to win the faceoff, though. It's going to be really important if they can clear, and they do. So now Georgia will have to regroup in their own zone. Able to dump it forward to number 5, Simcoe, who's had a great game. We've called her name a lot. She's able to skate by 1, but does turn over the puck as Auburn will be able to clear again. Very good kill here for Auburn. Could have seen a high stick there as Audette's stick got a little too close to the face of Georgia. Now we're going to have a fight in the corner here for the puck. Auburn doing a really good job of killing time here. Georgia finally gets the puck. I mean, that was Audette, number 13, all by herself against 3 Georgia players. And we're going to have another penalty here on Auburn. Number 10, Cote. Looks like maybe a cross-check from behind.
So here's an interesting thing here, Joe. We said there's only 11 players on this Auburn side, and 3 of them are in the penalty box here. So short bench and a long 5-on-3 for them to kill out. Here's a smart timeout by the Auburn head coach in a big spot here for Georgia.
Smart timeout for the Auburn head coach, and it's going to be an important timeout for the opposing coach. The Georgia coach, Zach Bochenek, is going to try and draw up a play here, get the Georgia Women's Hockey Club back on the board after letting up 4 straight. There's going to be a lot of time here on this 5-on-3. I mean, plenty of time, about 1:12 on the 5-on-3, and then we will go to the 5-on-4 for 48 seconds. Torrin, what do you expect here? Are they drawing up plays or just kind of talking philosophy?
Yeah, if I'm Coach Bochenek here, I'm going to be talking about working the puck around. Of course, only 3 players out there for this Auburn side. Georgia needs to move the puck around the perimeter and get some lethal shots in the slot. We've seen not some great slot defense here from this Auburn side. A lot of Georgia's shots coming from point-blank chances. So they'll look to continue that same strategy when they get in the offensive zone with a little more room out there.
Yeah, Georgia with only 5 shots on the game so far. I think they're going to look to double that. That might be an insane statement, but doubling that on a long 5-on-3 is certainly possible. They're going to try and throw it at the net any way possible, get that puck in as they want to get some momentum back. It would be important to go into this intermission keeping this 2-goal deficit or being able to cut that to 1 or 0. We'll see as Auburn skates away from their timeout what Georgia's plan will be. It is very interesting, Torrin, like you said, with only 11 players, we're seeing 3 on the ice, 3 in the box, and 4 on the bench for Auburn. That's crazy. That's a really weird coincidence to happen.
Yeah, like I said, look for Georgia to try and make Auburn chase here. They're going to try and move the puck around as much as they can and get those Auburn defenders moving.
Yeah, Auburn defenders got to keep their stick down and break up the passing lanes. As a quick shot off the faceoff as it drifted into the crease, but Georgia able to keep possession but not really get that shot through. Now Georgia trying to stick it back out to the point, instead goes behind the net. They're going to just try and make this Auburn defense run around, skate around, get them tired. That was a great play by Auburn. Knew the shot was coming from number, I believe that is 7, Morgan Allward, and the defender just comes up and gives her whole body. And now that led to a turnover as Auburn's able to clear the puck and kill some of that time on the penalty. That was a great play by Auburn. That one is going to hurt in the morning, though, as she gave her whole body on that one to get hit by the puck. Georgia will now skate down the ice. Number 5, Simcoe with a good move, but does turn it over as Audette with a better stick. Now Audette skating in, makes the defender look silly and does put a shot on goal, but it goes wide. Now the puck drifts, and it will find a Georgia forward who's skating down the ice one-on-one, but Audette, I mean, maybe the best skater on the ice we've seen, is going around defenders, catching up the forwards. She's playing great. Now Georgia will have a breakaway again. It is number 5, Simcoe. High shot, just goes over the net. It's a great shot. You really want to get it above the goalie's glove or blocker. She did it just a little too high. Now another shot will drift in, goes wide. That will be Hannah Knight trying to find someone. Instead, it goes back. And now we're going to have a 5-on-4. Second penalty is not on the board, so we still have a 5-on-3, actually. As Auburn will take possession. Really great penalty kill from them here. We do want to see the Ice Dogs do something, or excuse me, the Georgia Women's Hockey Club, as they take a shot. Rebound goes off. Another great save by Sellers. Great save. She let up the rebound on the first shot, but is in good position and is able to save the next shot. That was a really great play by Sellers there, as the Ice Dogs will still try to threaten now while they're on the 5-on-4. They still are a player up. Wow, that was a puck thrown from the red line, the goalie's own line, and it just finds a way through the 5-hole, I believe, maybe off the blocker. And Georgia does score on the power play. Their first power play goal of the season, of this semester.
Yeah, what a shot there from the goal line. That's a tough angle shot to take, and she was able to thread the needle and get that one in just under the pad of Sellers. And Georgia narrows the gap to 1 now, late in the second period.
Yeah, not sure if that was off the pad or under the pad, the 5-hole, but a great shot nonetheless. An interesting shot. You don't see that often, but catches Sellers by surprise. And now Georgia with a little confusion here, as they only have 3 players on the ice. They'll need 2 more. Unless they want to skate 2 players down, they might want to. Give Auburn a chance, although they are up 5-4. Shots 12-8. Georgia with 3 shots in a row to lessen that gap, and the score is now 5-4 with 5 minutes left in the period. Auburn wins the face-off, and there will be a fight on the boards for the puck as Auburn is trying to get it into Georgia's defensive zone, and they do. Now, they'll have a pretty clear shot here. Number 14, Lynn. Great save by Ashlyn Carroll. Finds her shoulder. Lynn with a good shot, but Ashlyn Carroll stands in there strong, gets it off her body, and then covers it for a face-off to the right of her. Another great save by Ashlyn Carroll. Here we'll have the players skate into position as we'll have a face-off between number 3, Catherine Davis, and number 10, Cote for Auburn, as there'll be a mix-up, but Georgia will eventually win the puck and fire it down and try and get it out of their zone, as they do. Number 5 for Georgia with a good move. Simcoe unable to keep it, though. And Auburn will throw it back into Georgia's zone. Not looking to chase, though, just looking to switch, and Georgia will try and get it out. Unable to, though. Good stick and skate there from Audette. Audette with a spin move, able to get it to her point. Her point whiffs on the shot and gives it to number 3, Catherine Davis, who skates it out of the zone. Unable to do much more than that, though. Audette again with the spin cycle. Looking like class out there. Maybe a little bit of Artemi Panarin out there. Auburn with the zone, or with the puck in Georgia's zone. Georgia are able to clear it, as that will slowly roll down the ice for Auburn to take possession. Georgia will put pressure on. Unable to cause the turnover here, and now that could mean Auburn would have a 2-on-1. They do. It's going to be a shot here from the side. Goes wide. Ashlyn Carroll in good position, but goes wide anyway. Puck behind the net now. Now drifts in front. Little wrister turned away by the defenseman and skated up, or throw up ice, and unable to be skated up ice, as it will be Auburn puck again as they try and throw it in Georgia's zone, and they do. Now number 6 for Auburn looking to chase. Larson able to get down there, fight for the puck, and get it to her point. Her point throws it back down to Larson. And Larson throws it in front. That's a great pass, but broken up by number 7, Morgan Aldwart. That was a great pass from the corner. And now Auburn will have it again. Slowly goes in front of the net, but Georgia able to throw it back up the point. Auburn again with the puck. They're going to look to throw it in front. Skates around the defender. Is unable to throw it in front. That's Audette, but finds her point right in the middle of the ice, and a big shot goes wide. Good find there by Audette, but unable to score the goal is her point. Now, puck will drift in the corner as we have 2 minutes and 20 seconds left here in the period. Next corner, now thrown in front, right in front of Carroll. She's got to try and get a stick on that. Either way, her defense throws it to the corner. Now another shot from Auburn. Carroll immediately gloves it, but then accidentally drops it, and it will go to the side. Now back in front. Auburn with a ton of pressure here. Now throws it again, just barely goes wide. That one might have dinged off the post a little bit. Auburn again with the puck, throws it in front. Now it'll find Audette. Audette blocked by Ashlyn Carroll. Oh my gosh, Auburn keeps it in. Georgia needs to skate fast this one and finally get it out, and they're unable to as it goes back up to the point, and that one's thrown just wide as Audette is unable to get a stick on it. This has been about 2 minutes of offensive zone time for Auburn, and it's action-packed as Auburn skates to the corner again. They're going to throw it in front again, and it just goes through. I don't know if that net is on its stilts, as it'll be dumped into the corner again. That net has been hit about 8 times now. It's struggling. In the corner, skated back in front, thrown in front, doesn't find anyone again. Auburn throws it into the corner again. They have a pretty clear strategy here with throwing it into the corner and then throwing it in front of the net. As it is in the corner, and now will be thrown in front of the net, blocked by number 7 for UGA, Morgan Allwart. Now Auburn with it right in front, and gets it through the 5-hole of Ashlyn Carroll. That is Birmingham, number 48 for Auburn. I mean, Torin, that was just about 3 minutes of zone time for Auburn. They were going to score eventually if you don't get that out.
Yeah, incredible zone pressure there from Auburn, able to keep that puck in on multiple clearing attempts, and, of course, a long shift for those Georgia defenders. They've got the long change in the second period, so they weren't able to get anybody else on the ice. Unfortunate break there for the Bulldogs, but they'll look to bounce back.
And Lucy Brown there goes up to console Ashlyn Carroll. Not her fault. I mean, Some amazing saves there, some amazing stick work, and her defense just has to help her out a little more than it did. 3 minutes of zone time will pretty much let up a goal for any team. Now Auburn skating back with the puck, able to get it by the defenseman. That was a great control with the skate. Goes in the corner again, thrown out in front. Doesn't find anyone again. Now that was a big hit in the corner there. We probably missed it with the camera, but that was a big hit by Georgia on Auburn. Puck in the corner. The person that was hit was Larson. And now puck in front of the net. Now in the corner, now in the net. It's pretty obvious what Auburn's strategy here is. It's going to be get the puck in the corner and then try and dump it into the crease. As it goes into the corner again, she's going to look for a person up front. Doesn't find anyone, but will drift back to the point as that will get sticked and finally thrown out of Georgia's zone as we will end the second period. That was a lot of talking, a lot of zone time for Auburn, but we will go into the second intermission with Auburn leading 6-4. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. After a short intermission here, we have about a minute 30 left for everyone to regroup and get talked up by their coach, Torin. My color commentator for today, I'm Joseph Kopshow doing play-by-play, but Torin, what did you see in those past two periods? And let's talk a little bit about the players.
Yeah, so we mentioned earlier we talked to a few of the players this week, one of those being team president Hannah Knight. And she had some interesting insight for us about what it was like to get this team started. Of course, she founded the club this past semester. She said, Hannah started playing hockey because her sister randomly said one day that she wanted to play when she was 4 years old. She went to her first practice and decided that she wanted to play, so she laced up her skates for the first time the next week, and she's been playing pretty much ever since. Some obstacles this past semester while trying to start the team. She said it was very tough to find people who want to play hockey on a campus of thousands of people. It was also hard to jump through all the hoops with paperwork, forms, scheduling, and finding coaches. Hockey's a lot of work, obviously, and in the South, it's hard to find girls who also want to play hockey with you. So it's cool to see that these ladies were able to find enough people to start this team. 14 people is not a small team for a women's club down here, so that's really cool for them. She says it's been so cool to watch everyone grow and develop on the team. Her passion is growing the game for the women, especially in the South, and it's been incredible seeing all these women come together and play the sport that they love.
And, I mean, it is really great to start this club and be able to have some success. Like we kind of said earlier with sponsors, if there's any way you can support these teams just by watching, or if you're interested in sponsoring, that would be great. They're looking for the support. And, I mean, just a lot of powerful women out here playing a game really hard. I mean, 6-4, lots of shots, 16-8. It's been an amazing game as Auburn will skate into position and Georgia will shortly follow. Now, I do want to make a shout-out. I do have someone at home, my mother. The only reason I'm able to do this, she raised me. She's a great mother. She's had cancer 4 times, has no kidneys. If you've ever been interested in donating a kidney, please reach out to Joe Kopshow. You'll find me if you look it up, Kopsho, or reach out to National Kidney Registry. Now we'll be back with 15 minutes to play in the game. The Georgia Women's Hockey Club down 2 to Auburn, 6-4, as they will immediately put some pressure on here as they get it into Auburn's defensive zone. I expect to see a lot of energy here. Now, these players are certainly tired. They don't have deep benches, and they're certainly tired, but they know this is the first game of the semester, and they want to win, as Auburn will skate it out. Number 48, Birmingham. Not spelled like the city in Alabama, but similar. Ashlyn Carroll makes a good save there as Georgia will get it out. Georgia skating down ice. Looks like it'll be a one-on-one with the defender, Lynn. Lynn does a good job of skating back, but loses her player. And number 5, Simcoe, with some great skating, but that shot just goes wide as we'll have a puck up into the rafters. Look at that one. That's bouncing on a rafter. Very interesting there. I'll have to go snag that later as a memento of the first Georgia Women's Hockey Club game of the semester. Now, not the result they want right now as they're down 9 shots and down 2 goals, but we will see how the rest of this period plays. What do you think so far, Torin? What do you expect to see in this third period?
Yeah, like we just saw Simcoe leading the charge here for the Bulldogs early in this third period. I'm looking to see the Bulldogs come out with some energy, a lot of speed, and they're going to try and get some shots off the rush here, as that's what's been working for them earlier in this game.
And Audette, number 13, will carry it up and dump it in. She probably could have kept that one. Instead, Georgia's defense will be able to get the puck and probably force it out here. Good body there by the Georgia player to get that one out. That was number 8, Olivia Shapiro, but instead unable to get anything on the offensive side of the puck, so they'll just clear it. But now Audette misses with her stick, but comes back and makes a good defensive play and is able to handle it, throw it to the middle. Georgia player will fall down, but does dump it into Auburn's defensive zone, and they'll have to regroup. That gets number 6, Kyra Horton, some time to skate off, as a defenseman will come in to replace her. That is Simcoe again, and comes in and makes a great defensive play. I believe that's Simcoe, as that puck was thrown in front of the net and then gotten around. And now off the line change, number 24 here for Georgia, Cecilia Pumpley had a little bit of a breakaway but was unable to get to the puck, and now Auburn gets it to the blue line but turns it over as Georgia will threaten again. Pumpley again trying to get something going here for the Georgia Women's Hockey Club as the puck's behind the net. Georgia will throw it in front, drifting around in front. Sellers was ready for it but doesn't even reach her, as now Audette will skate. We've seen this before, Audette with a great skate, but the Georgia defenseman turns her away. As they will have a 4-on-1 here, a bit of a breakaway here, and the line change will occur, so now it's a 3-on-2. Good skating by number 4, Lucy Brown, able to throw a shot, and now puck is still loose in front of the net. Sellers tried to cover, still loose in front of the net, and finally cleared by Auburn. Georgia will have to regroup again. That's 2 good chances for Georgia. They were unable to convert. When you're down 2 in a game with only 12 minutes left, you need to convert those. So Auburn, happy they got away with those chances. And now Auburn's going to have a breakaway. 2-on-1 here. Number 6 with Auburn Larson carrying it in. Takes the shot. The rebound is let up. But that was a great save by Ashlyn Carroll. Number 10 for Auburn, Cote, goes down. But a great save by Ashlyn Carroll and then able to cover it.
What a stop there by Carroll. She gets the first shot, she gets the second one, and she covers up the rebound. 3 quick saves, 3 quick shots in quick succession there, but she comes up big in goal for Georgia like she has all night.
Yeah, it says there's only 18 shots for Auburn. I'd put it around 20. And that save percentage, not too bad. 20 shots, only 6 let up, especially with how much pressure Auburn had at the end of that second period. Auburn winning the faceoff, trying to get a good pass in, unable to, as Georgia will try and throw it out, unable to. It's pretty clear what Auburn's strategy is. They want to get it to their good skaters, get it in the corner so they can lose the defenseman, and then throw it in the middle, as that's exactly what they do there. And now Georgia might have a breakaway here, unable to get to the puck fast enough. It will not be, but Georgia able to dump it in. That was number 10 with the dump in, Claire DeVito, as now it'll be in the corner with Audette. I mean, she must have played, what, 30 minutes so far out of the 35 we've elapsed. She's been on the ice a lot. We've called her name a lot. Auburn now skates it into the zone. Georgia trying to get it immediately out, and they will. And they'll fire it down. Tries to find someone in the middle, unable to. And Auburn will skate it back up. fight in the middle of the ice for puck as Auburn will throw it in, and Georgia will immediately throw it back out. And there's going to be a one-on-one here for Georgia. Number 5, Simcoe, skating around, unable to get by the defender, Lynn, with a great play there. Great stick, able to cause the turnover. Simcoe frustrated with herself. And she's going to look to pressure the puck here on this right side of Sellers. Unable to, but the Auburn player does dump it into the Georgia defensive zone. Auburn wins it, so no icing. And Ashlyn Carroll was in good position. It's just snuck right by her on a little wrister. Auburn able to lift the puck up. Not too sure who that is yet. We apologize. That is number 6, Larson. Another person we've called a lot in this game. But Carroll was in good position there, and just it looks like under her arm again on that blocker side. Torrin, what'd you see there?
Yeah, another shot off the rush there for Auburn. A quick shot from Larson at the side of the net, and she just found her spot. Very impressive shot there, and a good snipe, as they say.
Good snipe, finding them back of the net. And now Auburn will lead 7-4 with another breakaway here from Larson, but just throws it wide. Georgia's really going to have to find their footing, or I guess their skating, if they want to come back in this game. Only 10 minutes left, down 3. Great game played from both sides. Georgia just unable to convert on the chances they had. Probably need to throw it in front of the net a little bit more and get a little bit more out of their defensemen as they've been struggling a little bit. Good move there from number 39, Nelson, but gets it broken up before she could throw it in the middle. And they're taken into the board by Lynn. Some talking afterwards saying, I hope you're okay, and they agree that it was no big deal. But Lynn will skate to the box for a 2-minute penalty here. And Georgia will be on the power play. This is exactly what they need if they want to come back into this game. And a face-off win here is important, as I believe that's Lynn's second time in the box, which is a little interesting, as they've only had 4 players in the box in total. It's going to be Cote here with, I believe, number 8, Olivia Shapiro, on this face-off. This would be an important win for Georgia if they can get that win and throw it on net. They do get the win, do throw it on net, but unable to find a... Here, Shapiro gets it, bouncing around in front. They were unable to find a person in front of the net to chip that in, but Shapiro still got to it. Now Shapiro going to have a chance again off the Auburn skate of number 7, Constantinu. We hope we're saying that right. We apologize if we're not. Georgia will have it in their own defensive zone. They really need to get something out of this power play if they want to stay in the game. And I believe that's, again, Olivia Shapiro throwing it on net, and Auburn will get it and dump it into center ice. Georgia will have to regroup again. They do regroup, but immediately turn it over, and that's going to be Audette. Dangerous player, but another good stick, I believe, from Morgan Aldwart to turn that one away and give the Ice Dogs another chance here on a 3-on-3 breakaway. Good skating by Simcoe. Gets around the defender. Now one-on-one, and that's a shootout kind of goal. That was amazing. Just gets it right by Sellers, right to the left of her. That's, of course, going to be her glove side. So a really interesting goal as she's just able to sneak by. And Georgia scores their second power play of the game, goal of the game, and they will be in this only down 2 with 8 minutes and 44 seconds left. Torrin?
What a play there by Simcoe. She walked it in across the blue line, sneaks around 2 Tigers defensemen, and she's able to just walk it home, picks her spot up over the glove of Sellers, and narrows the gap to 2 now.
And now it's going to be important for Georgia to follow that momentum. They're going to want to get another quick one here if they can. They do eventually lose the face-off, and Auburn will be able to keep possession until a turnover there. Now Georgia with possession until a turnover there. Now Auburn with possession on the blue line, and Georgia will try and clear, and does. Throws it down the ice. It goes by the stick of, I believe, number 12 for Auburn, O'Malley. First time we've called her name. She gives it up to a Georgia player on accident, trying to complete a pass to Larson. Larson still fights for it, though. Sends it deep, but Georgia able to send it behind the net. They're going to pressure here. They need to if they want to come back in this game. And they do cause the turnover. Now it's going to be a shot. A good wrister. Got pretty far up in the air by Allward, but Sellers saw it the whole way and was able to glove it down and then cover. Not a clean glove, but able to get it down on the ice and then cover. Great play by Sellers. Good shot by Allward. That could have snuck in either below or above the glove. But Sellers with a good glove there, as Georgia will have an important face-off in their offensive zone. Cote versus Olivia Shapiro. I'm going to say it. Not a great job by the referee, but Georgia does eventually win it. Shoots wide. Now they're going to pressure. That's number 55 with the pressure. Lesko, first time we've called her. But Auburn will send it deep, and Georgia will have to regroup with number 7, Morgan Allward, containing the puck. She will send it up ice. That's a pretty good stretch pass there, as now Georgia will have it at mid-ice trying to skate up. They do have a 3-on-2, unable to complete that stretch pass, and now Auburn will send it out. Georgia will send it back in, but that's a pretty clear offside, so they don't touch it. Now they get back on sides, but it does not matter as Auburn gets the puck. Now that's a great play with the body. It's important in hockey to cut off that puck with your body. And the Georgia player does it there, wins the puck back for them, but they will have to regroup after that puck just bounces slightly over the stick. Good pass there, finding the player in the center. I believe that is number 24, Cecilia Pumpoli. But Auburn sends it back down for an icing. So, 6 minutes and 49 seconds left, 19 shots to 12. That's probably one of the reasons Georgia's down. They're still looking to complete this game, complete the comeback, as they were down 3 and are now only down 2. Line changes for both sides. Torin, what do you think so far? We had another 4 minutes of uninterrupted play. Lots of time. What happened so far?
Yeah, lots of action in this one. We were treated to a great save here on this near side by Sellers. That point-blank chance that she was able to fall on it and freeze it as a quick whistle off the draw there. They'll retry this face-off.
I did say the last drop was bad, so maybe you heard me. We've got some great referees today. We'll have them for the Ice Dogs and Auburn game as well, as Auburn is able to get it out. But Georgia with a good skate. She doesn't know it's in her skate, though, but able to get it back and then finally cleared by Auburn. That was quite funny. Number 4, Lucy Brown, just kind of had it in her skates. Looked all around for the puck, couldn't find it. Good stretch pass, but goes off the stick of number 3, Catherine Davis. Georgia's really got to hurry up here and try and find some pressure. They might here with number 10. Going, centering pass, picked up off the stick. Simcoe, great shot, but blocked away by Sellers. Sellers gets her shoulder. She almost went a little too far east to west, but was able to get it. And now Georgia will dump it in the corner. They're going to look to throw it out front here or to their point. Puck is stuck, finally gets out. Georgia with possession, tries to throw it in front, unable to. Now skies it to the other side. They're going to have an open slap shot here if they want it. And they do get one, and the Auburn player, number 12, hits it. O'Malley, but, I mean, the whole time Sellers kept with it. Now another big hit. Georgia still with offensive zone time. This is exactly what they need. Dump it in the middle. And Auburn finally gets rid of it. That might be an icing here. They're going to wave it off as that puck slowly drifted, so the Georgia player able to get back. Auburn with the pressure, a little interesting as they're up 2. I wouldn't commit so much pressure there, but they do. And now Georgia able to skate it up into the zone as that pressure did kind of leave them exposed, but they do get the turnover. Georgia will fight for it, bounces off. Oh, a big hit in front of the net as Davis goes down. And that one went off Sellers' blocker. She never saw it, but it just popped up in the air and went off Sellers' blocker, and then Davis got crushed in front of the net as she tried to put a shot on goal. Auburn with a little bit of luck there. Got to be good to be lucky and lucky to be good. Auburn, both of these teams obviously very good as they've played well today. Puck at center ice drifts into Auburn's defensive zone, and we'll have a clash here between 2 Georgia players, giving Auburn a breakaway if they can take it. A little bit of an errant pass stops that breakaway, but Auburn will still have possession in Georgia's defensive zone. Larson with the puck behind the net, throws it in front. Off the post, and finally finds the back of the net. I mean, that was one of the more interesting goals we've had. We've had a lot of goals, including one from the goal line. That one was actually thrown off Ashlyn Carroll. She lets up the rebound. Another shot that goes off the post, and then Larson finally finds the back of the net on the 3rd shot. I think Ashlyn Carroll is getting a little bit bad of a rap here because that was 3 shots on goal, and they only counted as 1. But what do you see there, Torrin?
Yeah, great pressure from Auburn after some sustained zone pressure from Georgia. Auburn able to turn the tides there, and they get another one just to add to their lead here late in the third period.
We don't talk about the Tide here. Both teams hate the Tide. So now Auburn will be up 8-5 with only 4 minutes left. Georgia will have to turn it on if they want to come back in this game. Looks like they're going to try to as they skate it into the zone, throw it in front. Pretty easy cover for Sellers. Looked like she lost it for a second, but does get the cover. Georgia will probably take that face-off in their offensive zone and Auburn's defensive zone, as it's going to be important to win this one, but they probably like the ability to stay in Auburn's defensive zone. We're going to have number 10 here versus number 10, DeVito versus Cote on the face-off. We'll see the draw here. Auburn wins it, but Georgia's going to be the first to it. Throws it in front of the net. Dangerous, but Auburn able to kind of get possession and get it to the point and now skate it out. Audette, smart play just to throw it down, burn some time, as that's really what you want to do when you're up 3. Now Auburn going to commit an offsides there. There they go. Audette just didn't get back quick enough, and the defenseman just threw it forward a little too quick. A little miscommunication, as Georgia will have the chance to win another faceoff and get some pressure, and Auburn will have the chance to win a faceoff and kill some time. So important face-off for both sides here. 8-5, 3 minutes and 41 seconds left. Georgia needs to develop something quickly as they are unsure of their lines. They've only got 4 out there right now. There comes the 5th. Puck was dropped before the 5th got on the ice. Now they'll let her skate over to her position. That is number 55, Bailey Lesko. Auburn wins the face-off. Georgia gets possession, though, in their defensive zone pretty quickly. Tries to fire it down, but unable to, and now will, and clear the zone and clear the puck. Auburn will take it back, try and kill some time in their own defensive zone. An important thing here for them is to be not committing a turnover. We'll see if Georgia can force one. Georgia does force one. They'll see a shot, but it just whiffs off number 99, Haley Holtberg. And now Auburn will carry it up, and that's number 6, Larson, who takes the shot. Ashley Carroll with a good blocker save there. Sticks her leg out, is able to block it, as Georgia will now be in possession and try and skate it down. Good pass to the middle there. It will be number 10, DeVito, who tries to give it up. Unable to, though, as Auburn gets possession as Georgia players collide. That was DeVito and Lesko. Auburn will now skate up. Larson on the 2-on-1 finds her teammate, just can't get the stick down in time. And now Georgia will clear. They're in the middle of a line change, though, so kind of unable to get the pressure. Although Simcoe skates out there pretty quick. Puck fired just wide. Simcoe's now going to fight for it. She knows they need this if they want to come back. Simcoe versus number 7, Constitute. And Simcoe able to get a shot, but blocked away by the defenseman. And now throws it in front of the net. And Auburn, number 14, Lynn, with a smart play, just gives it to her goalie to cover. 2 minutes left. Georgia would need somewhat of a miracle to come back. But we saw some rapid goals in the first period. It felt like 3 scored within 3 minutes. So definitely possible here for Georgia if Cote can lose and number 17, Hannah Knight, can win. And she does. Oh, wow. Off the face-off, Simcoe fires a shot, and Sellers is aided by her goalpost. The top crossbar just throws it up into the net. Now there will be another face-off. Hannah Knight just won the last one, of course, leading to that chance. She's going to try and win again. She does. Now it's going to be number 4 with a shot, and blocked away. Lucy Brown blocked away the defenseman. Wow! Thrown in front by Simcoe, and it just goes in between Sellers' legs, and no one's able to touch it. Thrown at the goal again by Brown, unable to find the net. And now Auburn has a chance to clear here, and they will, as time, precious time for Georgia, will tick down. 1 minute and 38 left. They're going to need a miracle on ice here. But they're just looking to keep it competitive, as Simcoe able to get past the defender, but unable to win the race to the puck. And Auburn will gain possession again. Georgia will need to pressure here. Audette with an unconventional skate through the middle in her own zone, and then somehow just walks it all the way down to Georgia territory and is able to just keep possession in the corner. Finally gives it up, but that was an amazing play. You rarely see a player walk through their own defensive zone in the middle. Now skating, Simcoe gives it up to her point. Point unable to get a shot as Auburn will force another turnover. Larson here now skating it down. She's looking to take a shot here. She does. It goes wide. I would not have done that. I probably would have tried to kill some time. They're going to throw it out in front. Georgia with a good stick there, create another turnover, and now they're going to try and skate it down the ice. And they get it out, and now they'll have a 2-on-1 here. Lynn, the only Auburn defender back. That's number 7 with the puck, Allwort. She takes it to the corner, but Lynn, the good play, is keeping it dead there in the corner. Now all the way up to the point on the other side, and it will go out for Georgia. And the Georgia player sends it in for almost an offside. 10 seconds left here. Auburn will walk home with the victory, or skate home with the victory, as they beat the Georgia Women's Hockey Club. Well, maybe 9-5. No, finally the turnover. Game is over. Auburn with the 8-5 win. First game of the semester for both these teams. They both played great, but Auburn with some dominating offense. Georgia with a little lackluster defense. They're going to want to work on that, but some great play from both these teams. And overall, a really good game. What did you think about that one, Torin?
Your final score, Auburn 8, UGA 5.
Yeah, Joe, some great action here. 13 goals in this game, just like we said. High-flying offenses from both teams. And we were treated to a good one here this afternoon.
For sure, and now the players will line up and shake each other's hands. Georgia looking to form the line, finally skating towards the middle. That's not much of a line, but I'm sure they'll shake hands in some sort of fashion. As Auburn wins 8-5 in the first game of this spring semester. Great job by both goalkeepers, Ashlyn Carroll and, of course, Sellers. Both did a great job. Both teams, played great. That was a lot of action. And we'll see you shortly. If you go over to the UGA Ice Dogs channel, Torin, who did color for this game, Torin Smith will be doing the play-by-play for the UGA Ice Dogs channel, and I will be doing color, Joseph Kopp Show. But we'll see you back then if you come around. But a great first game for both of these teams. Thanks for watching.